In this pod, we introduce the poet Marvin Thompson. London-born Marvin Thompson now lives with his wife and children in mountainous South Wales. Although Thompson draws on autobiographical experiences, he often presents a fictionalized version of himself and the people in his life to explore themes of family, colonialism, and social justice. He says that he gains most pleasure from writing narrative poems and writes about domestic life from his perspective as a father and a son with searing honesty. His debut poetry collection, Road Trip, explores Britain's imperial legacy and the realities of bringing up children with dual ethnic heritage in the Welsh countryside. In one poem, he wonders what happens if they choose to identify as white in a Britain that will call them black. His poems often have long titles like While Searching for Anansi with My Mixed-Race Children in the Blind Brand Community Woodland, or the one in which I drive through Crumlin wondering where the cigarette-raised crisp factory used to be. Thompson believes that reading and writing poetry can help people to explore complex questions of identity and selfhood. He blends English, Welsh, and Jamaican culture and uses imagery associated with African Caribbean folklore to achieve this in his own work. Thompson has been described as both an eco-poet and an anti-racism activist, but he says that, for him, writing about race is less about activism and more about describing his lived experiences with honesty. He sees eco-poetry as a logical extension of nature poetry, but with a political intent. He uses natural imagery to root the reader in the landscape, and in his poem Road Trip, the metaphor of trees represents the Earth's deep history and the often hidden colonial histories of Britain.